The viral fad,
the Abbey Yung Method Step 1,
has created so much confusion online. There is a difference between your personal pattern and routine and education, licensing, and understanding that the scope of practices is not the same across every profession. So this video isn't going to be about attacking anybody or dissecting anyone.
You can be confident in the fact that everything works until it doesn't.
I de-influenced myself from the Abbey Yung Method.
Guys, the Abbey Yung Method is making my hair feel like straw. I'm really devastated, but the only reason I have definition right now is because my hair's wet.
But it is a full-time job, or at least a part-time job. 8.6 hours per week, or almost 9, is too much to be spending on washing your hair.
People are not believing me that Abbey Yung is personally unhinged. And I'm going to show you guys like the steps that she does that are unhinged. And it's not even like, I'm not trying to be so mean about this.
So I've never seen so many Black women praise a method and credit it with literally saving their hair like I do the Abbey Yung method. Her method is not only affordable, but she gives recommendations for every single hair type, both porosities, and she explains in detail why you should use those products and how to streamline your routine. Now, let's compare the hair of this lady versus Abbey Yung. Babe, the proof is in the pudding. I'm doing whatever Abby's doing.
Abbey Yung, come to the front. Girl, you tell the truth.
I kept my braids in for 3 months, so I'm using the popular Abbey Yung method to revive my hair.
And as a fine hair, low density girly with type 4 hair, who's a straight natural, I highly recommend the Abbey Yung method.
Someone asked me for an update on my Abbey Yung journey, and I am proud to report that my hair has literally never been healthier.
I've been seeing the Abbey Yung method everywhere, and I'm gonna try it.
And I know you're supposed to let videos play all the way through, but it's my channel and I do what I want to do. I want to give a shout out to the creator. I don't want to say her name wrong, but I'm going to put her picture right here. I appreciate you, girl. I promise I don't be stalking your channel. People send me videos to my DMs, and I swear to God, everybody just always sends me your videos. So shout out to her. Make sure you head over to her channel. But women are so hypocritical, and I don't care. I'm gonna call y'all out on it every time, because I have been a cosmetologist for well over a decade, going on 2 decades, and the Abbey Yung method that Black women are following is literally the way that Black cosmetologists have been doing hair for decades. But if I remember correctly, Team Natural came along and demonized flat irons and blow dryers and all of the hair products that we suggest, all of the the salon-based products that we suggested nobody used. And because everybody wanted the Team Natural products, if it didn't have rice nipple juice in it, nobody wanted to hear it. And now all of a sudden, we're going to pretend that the Abbey Yung method is something just groundbreaking when you guys have had access to this method the whole entire time. It's older. This method that y'all are attributing to Abbey, this has been around before most of you were born. It's so offensive to our mothers and our grandmothers and our great grandmothers. Like, I know Annie Turbo is turning in her grave. The Abbey Yung method. Okay.
Does it look like abundantly different? Whoa. Was it worth $100?
No one told me and you that one day in the near future, one woman's haircare tips would favor another tribe more than her own tribe, allegedly, and cause some big controversies in the haircare internet. How are you doing, beautiful people? I welcome you to yet another video. If you're not yet aware, it's your girl IG here with you from the Bond Builder Problem and the Sophie Beef, whichever videos you're more familiar with. But today we have the Abbey Yung Abyss.
The Abbey Yung Abyss. That's exactly what we should be calling it, because that's what I'm so disappointed in Black women. To be honest, I'm always disappointed in y'all.
Our advice did not just send people into a rabbit hole, but it sent them straight into an abyss. And now they need help to get out. Of course, you heard that right. Dear lovelies, before this pokes you in the wrong spot, let me just clear this up. This video is not here to cancel or blacklist the Abbey Yung method. I have absolutely no business trying to sum up the entire Abbey Yung method and aftermath of which tribe it favors and who it doesn't into one video. You get me? Okay. We just want to have an open, honest discussion over here on this channel, and that is coming from a hair care nerd, a hair care geek, whatever you want to call me. I've been in between Abbey Yung, to maximum hydration method and even subliminals. Don't judge me, okay? But I've also seen the hair fails, the hair losses from the method. Yes, there's even some of us who have been doing the Abbey Yung method without knowing it. So yes, we're going to get into all of that, because brittleness, split ends, hair fall, when it shows up, it doesn't care whether you're black, white, curly, or straight. No dear. When you combine ingredients that don't vibrate with each other, or slapping coconut oil without knowing your hair simply because Abbey Yung approves of using it, sorry, but your hair will clap back. Your hair doesn't care whether Abbey Yung made the rule or Andre Walker fits the chart. Oh, and your girl, I'm going to try to give some sort of disclaimer around here. You are not listening to a trichologist or health practitioner. I'm just a girl's girl like you, not here to give you a diagnosis. What you're listening to is mostly experience from me and others, and this is not to downplay your chemistry degree or trichology degree, but girl, you cannot deny that experiences sometimes are what helps us the most. Not paper, not theory, just stories we share from girl to girl, and it's what I've been doing on this channel for over 2 years now. I have done the coconut oil pre-pools, and right after sealed with aloe vera gel as my humectant, and I can categorically tell you that my hair never retained moisture longer than 2 hours until I switched to glycerin as my humectant, with either lavender oil, rosemary oil, olive oil, or shea.
And I'm sorry, I can't help it. I have to react to it. I love y'all so much. I have a video on the glycerin in the description box below. Again, when it comes to glycerin in the hair, glycerin does not belong in your hair. Is glycerin an additive in hair care products? Yes. But when I'm in my apothecary, when I make extracts, do you want to know? I have 2 types of extract. I have one extract that I make with alcohol. The other extract I make that extract with glycerin. Vegetable glycerin. So I want you to ask yourself a question, because this is the scientific based channel where you think for yourself. So if I can take an herb, right? Like if you've ever ordered any extracts from me, especially if you order my vibrant blue butterfly flower extract, it is this rich, deep blue color, right? So I want to ask you a question. If the key or if the purpose is locking moisture into your hair, right? Locking moisture into your hair. Why would you put something that pulls moisture or anything from the environment? So I need you to understand, when glycerin is pulling things from the environment, water, just regular water from the environment, is not the only thing that is wet. There's so many forms of yeast and bacteria that you're attracting to the hair. Yes, everything works until it doesn't. But putting extra virgin olive oil and all of these things in your hair, you have your own oil. It is called sebum. I love y'all so much, but y'all do not need to put oil in your hair. And hopefully I'll edit it this time to real and put some of the comments on the screen. There are so many women who didn't want to listen to me, but then one day they stopped oiling, they stopped putting oil in their hair, and they have a brand new head of hair. And they find that they never have to spend all of this money on hair products and all of the things. I love y'all so much. And I love y'all so much. But y'all, and this isn't an attack on her. This isn't an attack on Abbey Yung. This is a conversation that women need to have. That everybody needs to stay in their lane. And the thing is, okay, she already gave a disclaimer saying she not a professional. She don't know what she's talking about. So I don't have anything negative to say to her, because she already said, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just letting you know what I'm trying. But sis, I'm telling you, stop putting oil in your hair. And if you make the environment of your scalp verdant, the word verdant means that your hair it's an environment that's sustainable of life. Like your hair can grow in this environment and you're able to retain length on this environment. And oil and things that cause occlusion and things that feed the scalp's microbiome are the last thing that you need to make your hair and your scalp a verdant environment. And that's exactly what you're doing by using oils and greases in your hair. So like can everybody do me a favor? Either go deep and study the science and figure out what your body really needs, or go to a professional that studies the science. Black women, ask yourself, why is the only group of women that's constantly running the oils and butters and greases the only group of women that are constantly looking for solutions?
Butter, but never coconut oil. Abbey Yung did not teach me this one. Experience taught me. So I probably know better than anyone that it takes beyond watching a 20-second clip of Abbey Yung to really grasp her school of thought, and it is still no guarantee that you will be happy with the results at the end of the day. Which brings me to the real ish. This period. Why does it feel like the statistics of failures with the Abbey Yung method seem to be higher with the white girlies than the black girlies, when in fact Abbey Yung is a white girl? The main question people are raising is, shouldn't her tips cater more to her tribe first before anyone else? Or is there some marketing propaganda, the one that says black people are the global target market for hair products?
Every morning when I wake up, I have been seeing the same thing, and it's really bad.
And she's been saying the same thing. The time out. I think that this part of the conversation should really open a lot of y'all eyes to the bigger picture, because Black women constantly make hair a race thing. And there was a comment that I saw, hopefully I'll be able to find it and put it on the screen, but she said, if we can take race out of hair care and focus on the science, things would change 100%, because at the end of the day, your hair has nothing to do with the color of your skin. Your hair is a fiber. And based on your genetics, the size of your follicle is different. So that's going to determine what your hair looks like. And based on your genetics, that'll also determine how many sulfur to sulfur linkages you have, because the more disulfide bonds you have in your hair, the curlier your hair is. That's how we differ when it comes to race. But both her hair and my hair are the same. Color works the same on our hair. Shampoo and conditioner works the same on our hair. Everything is the same. But for whatever reason, Black women want to separate the two. The difference is, you want to know why white women are seeing it faster than Black women are? Because white women wash their hair more than Black women do. That's why. It's very simple. This woman right here, she's going to see the results faster. So listen to this. If you're using the Abbey Yung method every time you shampoo your hair, and you shampoo your hair every 2 days, who do you think is going to get the result faster? The woman who shampoos her hair every 2 days, or the person who shampoos their hair every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks, or once a month, or every 6 months? Who do you think is going to see it faster? So no, it's not hurting white women, but not hurting Black women. White women shampoo their hair and do the Abbey method more than Black women do, because they do their hair more than Black women do. We have to look at the nuance of the situation. There was another comment that said it reminded them of something that grandma said, whenever emotion or religion or race is in a conversation, the common sense and like the intellect is automatically off, and people can't think clearly. So turn it back on.
For women, and we really need to talk about it.
Realizing is that women, especially Black women, are a special kind of stupid. Now, I'm told that they're educated far greater than Black men, but you have to be crazy to decide.
Imagine if Black women all across the world stopped buying hair products for 1 month, just one. Here's what would happen day by day. We'll never guess what happens by day 30. Day 1, Day one, made the retailers panic.
Out of the whole world, Black people are the leading demographic in terms of product consumption.
I cannot think of a percentage right now to give you.
Of course, you may already know that Abbey Young's method revolves around 11 steps. It is quite rigorous. You are going to be doing a lot. By many people's standard, by my standard, it is a lot. And this is not at all new to Black women. We have a record for being product junkies, doing several steps for a new hairstyle, changing up every 5 business days. So really, what is Abbey Yung method that we cannot do? Many Black girlies have been doing more than Abbey Yung before Abbey Yung came on board. So we are not intimidated. And it is also not a surprise how many Black girlies quickly adapt into the routine. But is it enough to say that Black women are winning more with the Abbey Yung method? I mean, we've also seen quite a number of regrets from the Black girlies too. Personally, I did not follow her 11-step routine to the book, the one that includes the bond builders. Not because she's wrong, not because it's bad, yes, but so that you will not see me among the girlies regretting today, because why are you building bonds that you already have and repairing what was never broken? Now we have people's hair falling off unprovoked, and now Abbey Yung is to blame for all of it.
I take offense.
And it's no fault against her, as her hair is bleached to the degree as us bleached blondes. So no hate on her method, but the problem with it is it only works for those that don't have that damage of hair. So for the virgin hair, her method might work for you because your hair isn't in a super vulnerable state. Your hair can take the sulfates. Your hair can take the synthetic and artificially based ingredients. Your hair can take that. But for us blondes, this is the most damaged thing you can do to hair possible, to bleach it. So the only way to maintain the health and the integrity of it and be able to grow it this long and thick and healthy is to use clean, hydrating products and oil your hair consistently. Because our hair is in the most damaged, most vulnerable state. So we need the most gentle and all natural products to bring it back to life. Our hair can't handle what virgin or barely damaged hair can handle. Our hair cannot handle that. So if you're a blondie that's tried the Abbey Yung method and it's made your hair worse, you're experiencing more breakage and more damage, it's because she's not speaking to you. Her method isn't for you.
I de-influenced myself from the Abbey Yung method. Sort your hair out edition. If I'm completely honest, it was too much to keep up with. There was too many products and too many things to use on certain days and not to use on certain days, and it was just getting too stressful for me. It was becoming a minefield. I'm just a girl who wants lovely, long, healthy hair, okay? But I've been doing some research and doing my own work behind the scenes, hence why a video hasn't been out in a while. I do apologise. But I'm back and I'm going to tell you what's been working for me. It's stripped down, it's simple, it's not 25 million steps, okay?
I tried the Abbey Yung method for about 2 weeks. I said I was going to do it for 30 days, but I absolutely hated it. And I don't understand how it's working so well for so many people, because I wish that I could spend $8 on shampoo and conditioner, but I can't. And I have very fine, thin hair, but I have a lot of it. So it gets weighed down very easily.
The Abbey Yung method takes 8.6 hours per week to do. This comment showed up on my page today and it made me a little bit mad because it said OP talks like this is a full-time job. But it is a full-time job, or at least a part-time job. 8.6 hours.
So real quick, I need y'all to do the math, because in this video, there will be somebody like, she don't know what she's talking about. She just said it takes 8 hours a week to do your hair. How many days are there in a week? How many days a week do you think these women are doing their hair? This is what I want to say. This is what I want us to talk about. They're saying 8 hours a week. Most Black women are not washing their hair once a week. And she's washing her hair more than once a week. Saying 8 hours a week. She's doing that. That's probably spread across 2 days. So she's doing this 2 days a week, opposed to somebody doing it once every 2 weeks. So I just wanted you to pay attention to that.
Per week, or almost 9, is too much to be spending on washing your hair. So I did a deep dive. I thought, I don't want to take Abbey Yung in bad faith, and so let's just look at this. And I want to explain why this is a problem. Abbey Yung has become, very quickly, the beauty standard when it comes to healthy hair. And her method is all about hair health. So this is not about hair growth. This is not about hair loss. This is not about hair, anything other than neutral, healthy hair. And she has 75.4 million likes on her page and over 12 million likes on her explainer of her method. So as written, her method requires you to spend almost 9 hours per week fiddling with your hair.
People are not believing me that Abbey Yung is personally unhinged. And I'm going to show you guys the steps that she does that are unhinged. And it's not even I'm not trying to be so mean about this. I'm just trying to say that she takes it to a personal extreme that is concerning. She showed her method for applying leave-in conditioner, and she said she puts her hair into 6 sections. So essentially this much hair, and then she sprays pump, 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 pump. And then she flips the hair, and she said she does the back side of the
same section, pump, 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 6 times.
Fine shampoo, serums, oils, especially this OGX coconut oil, are the subject of what Abbey Young's method revolves around. I mean, this is more than 2 years, yes, 2 years after she shared them, and it is still causing countless crash outs, hair fails, debates among the girlies. This period, even more among the white girlies, they are saying that she is selling into black hair care because, she knows that that is where the money is. Others are saying she has health anxiety and she's making people fund it, particularly black women. Many months later, people are still arguing about whether her method is a yes or a pass. So, we just want to see if.
And listen, and I know, listen, I'm going to say allegedly, but I don't, it makes my tongue vibrate when I say this. Yeah. If y'all really think that people are not taking hold to the fact that black women are so easy to manipulate. And the thing is, even if somebody's focus and main objective isn't black women will give them the buzz that they need. Even if the end result is white women, is women that look like her, black women will get the buzz going. Because if they don't like it, it'll be just the worst ever. And all publicity is good publicity. There are so many people watching me right now who found out about me through somebody saying something bad about me. All publicity is good publicity. It just depends on what you end up doing with it. So y'all all have to pay attention. Like it's like blood in the water. It's so easy. Oh, the Abbey Yung Method, and nobody stops to sit and think like, wait a minute, isn't this the same way a Cosmo do hair? Isn't this the same way? Like what?
We can successfully arrive at a common ground in the next few minutes, because whether you agree with her, hate her, defend her, or you're still unsure about what to think about her, there is no denying the fact that Abbey Young's hair care method has created one of the most unbelievable disagreements in this hair niche, this hair internet, and she has still helped so many people at the same time. I mean, I get the initiative from her. I really get it. And if you don't know, her hair care is around 11 steps. Yes, 11 steps on the record.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this is the final step in the Abbey Yung method. And like several other steps in this method, is completely optional, but really helpful if you feel like you need to condition, protect, or refresh between washes.
Y'all gonna get irritated with me, but if you, that's okay. Like I said, watch the full video, link in the description box. But this is something that I want everybody to think about. Abbey Yung is a trichologist. She is a scalp and hair shaft specialist, and the only types of hair recommendations that she is certified to make are cosmetic recommendations. If you look up the definition of a cosmetic product recommendation, a cosmetic product recommendation is something that puts a coating on the hair. She cannot recommend things to you that penetrate the hair shaft. That's not a thing. Now, the parts of her methods that I do, I'm not necessarily going to say but I feel like are necessarily healthy and good conversations, is the serum conversation. And we'll dive into that in a video coming really soon. However, I want us to be realistic here. I need you to understand that the average hair growth cycle, right, is anywhere between like 2 to 7 years, right? That's the average hair growth cycle from the anagen phase to the telogen phase. If the hair growth cycle is about 2 years, that's because there's something wrong, like some type of nutritional deficiency or something like that. And some people, if you keep getting bald spots, your hair growth cycle is about a couple of weeks. And like I said, we'll unpack that. But I need you to understand, Abbey Yung has said multiple times that she experiments on herself. She experiments on herself on a regular basis. So as a research scientist, I need you to understand that anything as it pertains to results, whether it's coming from an internal perspective or an external perspective, it takes 6 months for it to truly show up. Right? 6 months. is that you go into the doctor's office, they give you a medication, they tell you it's going to take about 6 months for changes to start showing up. It's the same exact thing when it comes to the hair and the scalp. Abbey Yung has been growing her hair for a very long time. And she did not grow this hair with hair products. And unless she just does the most horrific things to her hair on a regular basis, there's not too many things that she's going to be doing that's not going to make her retain length. She keeps a clean scalp because she knows she has to, because she's a trichologist, and she blow dries her hair. She has the same exact routine and pattern. That's it. Her length has absolutely nothing to do with the hair products that she uses. Absolutely nothing to do with it. It doesn't matter what products you use. Organics, the coconut oil that everybody's talking about. First of all, if you look at the back of the product, there's probably about 20% of that bottle is actually coconut oil. The rest of it is like silicone and glycerin, stuff like that. But that's not pure coconut oil. Organics itself is actually a product line that I do recommend. I don't recommend the coconut oil products because I just don't think coconut oil is something that anybody should put in their hair in any form, even if it's in a hair product. However, when we're talking about Abbey Yung's hair, why are y'all acting like she's grown her hair through using these hair products? No, ma'am. Her hair is going to grow unless something happens internally that slows down her hair growth cycle, or unless she starts smothering her scalp with products and not properly shampooing her hair. Abby's hair is going to grow. That's just that on that. The problem is, instead of women learning their hair so they can fall in love and gain a new relationship with their hair, you guys glorify and idolize and worship and praise other women for their hair simply on length, not understanding the simple logistics. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Every woman I walk past look like Abby. So she's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But it's not rocket science. It's not that deep. I live around a bunch of Hawaiian women. Their hair is to their ass. Just go up to them and ask them what they do to their hair. They're going to tell you, oh, nothing. I just shampoo, condition, leave-in conditioner, I round brush my hair, and then I put it in a balloon, or I put flexi rods in. That's it. It's not complicated. It's not that deep. And then Black cosmetologists like myself, we taught y'all your own version of that. We taught you your own version of it. But it was like, no, we can't do that. Blow dryers are bad. Flat irons are bad. Silicones are bad. These types of products are bad. That's bad. But now all of a sudden, it's just the best thing since sliced bread. And the method that Black women have been using for decades is now the Abbey Yung method. Y'all are so disrespectful.
If your hair starts to feel really dry or tangled between washes, the best thing you can do is add product that will soften and smooth it. That could be something that's specifically formulated for between wash use, like a Mika Midnight Mender, or
pre-shampoo, bond repair, pre-shampoo oil treatment, clarifying shampoo, non-clarifying medicated shampoo, and like 8 more steps. My personal observation is that Abbey Yung's method uses products. You are going to use products, baby. At the same time, I get the initiative. I get it. I really get what she's trying to do for the hair community, providing a tailored routine and explaining why it fits based on your unique hair type. But I also get that she is not recommending products for recommendation's sake. She's actually promoting, basically marketing some of these products. So it is possible that none of them will vibrate with your hair. You might just need to go to the store by yourself. But my issue here is, now I know that my hair has a history of hating coconut oil, rejecting coconut oil for some reason, maybe because of my porosity or the nature of my hair. So what makes me think that all of that will magically disappear simply because Abbey Yung said so? Someone please help me here. Then I don't try to do my research, or I don't find oils that I can use to replace coconut oil with. No, I just go in with the flow. Coconut oil it is, because Abby said so. And that's where I see the problem with many of these girlies coming out online.
This oil is buildup in a bottle. This oil is going to do way more harm than good. And please do not put this on your hair and then use heat unless you want your curl pattern gone and damaged hair strand. This is going to temporarily make your hair look nice, but it's never going to target any of your real issues.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline, and I am not a fan of the Olaplex bonding oil. The bonding oil is supposed to act as your sealant at the end of your hair care routine after you put in your leave-in conditioners, and it's supposed to double as a heat protectant. But after using it to install my kinky straight half wig while I was blowing out and straightening with one pass, I had a little bit of heat damage on my hair, and
on God's great earth, y'all really get on my nerves so bad. So you do your hair wrong, and now Olaplex is today blamed for your heat damage. It drives me insane. And this is why Olaplex, I'm pointing at you even though you can't see me. This is why professional cosmetologists begged Olaplex not to release it to the general public and to keep it as something that you can only get with a cosmetology license. Because Black women do not read bottles, they do not follow directions, and they do not look at the nuance of products and how they're supposed to be used. Let me ask you a question. What's going to happen right now if you go, actually, at least one person, and then come back and comment, go cut your flat iron on, and then take any type of oil, and just squirt it on top of the flat iron and just let it sit there. And after you look at it for a couple of seconds, what's going to start happening? It's going to start sizzling like bacon. And y'all know that this is what's going to happen because you cook every day. And every day before you cook, you put some type of oil in the pan, you put butter in the pan, and what happens? It starts to sizzle and then you cook your food. So what in the hell do you think is going to happen to your hair if you put oil on it and then put a 400-degree flat iron on it? Like, what's happening? And this isn't one of those videos it's like that you watch, oh, why is she so aggressive? No, because I haven't been being nice. This is who I am, and so beat it if you don't like it. We have to start using common sense. Don't get offended. Think. It doesn't make sense. Olaplex did not damage your damn hair. You did. And it's messed up because these people work hard to start these businesses. These people work hard to build good reputations. And then y'all just get online and just spill out negativity and say that these brands messed up your hair and gave you heat damage, where in reality, you didn't use it right. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And in this situation, I blame Olaplex because Olaplex, why did you put that an oil was a heat protector? I am so confused. It should have just been a finishing oil. It shouldn't have been labeled as a heat protector because these women are really going to think that it is a heat protector. That's why after that, they came out with a product that was actually a leave-in conditioner and a heat protector. That product is actually a heat protector, and I'll put it up on the screen. But this one isn't. And when you watch professional cosmetologists, there are hundreds of us on YouTube. Are we just putting oil in your hair and then blow drying it? Or are we wetting your hair, parting it in 4 sections, spraying leave-in conditioner on your hair, blow drying it, spraying it with a almost alcohol-based heat protected, no oil, alcohol-based heat protectant, then flat ironing your hair, then putting a serum. I've never met a cosmetologist that uses an oil for a silk press. It'll be a stringy mess. We use a serum. We take a serum and put it on your hair and then wrap your hair in a circle, sit you under the dryer, and it's done. Oil never comes into play in the silk press process. So why did it pop up now? And you want to know why it never comes up? Because it gives heat damage. So we don't do it. because it'll give our clients heat damage if we flat iron their hair with oil.
Pissed because Olaplex, this cost this little tiny bottle cost me a down payment on the house.
Is this real or fake? Because it doesn't seem like this is possible to just have your split ends just come back together like that.
It's real, but it's not as impressive as it looks. Because watch what happens when I put a regular hair oil on this split. The same thing. And most conditioning products can do that exact same thing too, but the reason why it's not actually impressive is because it's not actually healing split ends. It's basically just temporarily gluing them back together until your next wash.
Well, hold on. To be honest, I really actually don't have anything negative to say about Abbey. Should she have put the bond? My issue is her layering the products on top of each other and her telling everybody to use bond reconstructive treatments. But she's literally telling y'all that she's not telling y'all that her method is going to cure your hair. She's being transparent. She is. To me, she's saying, yeah, I'm telling you to put the oil on your hair, but it's not going to heal anything. It's just going to be a sealant until the next time you shampoo your hair. And if y'all thinking straight, then you would take it as, oh, this method that she's giving us is just something just to put a sealant on our hair. The same way Cardi B's products just put a sealant on your hair. But she just said that. So I actually don't, I haven't so far, other than the bond treatment and the layering, I literally have nothing to say. And I actually don't have anything to say about the layering because she's literally telling y'all that her process is meant to put a coating on your hair into the next wash. So you should be ashamed of yourself.
I really don't appreciate the revisionist history that you guys are doing regarding the Abbey Yung method, because when I started to become natural almost 11 years ago, that whole Abbey Yung method was something that Black women have already been doing. We've already been pre-pooing. Yes, we're using oil, but sometimes we would use a cheap conditioner or a cheap detangler to detangle our hair. We would double cleanse. I was taught to double cleanse. I've always double cleansed my hair because I have severe dandruff. And then the only thing different that I've noticed when it comes to the Abbey Yung method, she's saying to use bond repair hair products. What we're used to is using heavy protein masks or heavy protein products. Obviously, the bond repair stuff is fairly new from what I know, especially since I have branched off, instead of using natural hair products, I branched off and used Olaplex and Redken and whatnot. So the only thing different that I've noticed compared to what we used to do back in the day to now is that the Abbey Yung method says to use bond repair treatment products.
So this is my, and real quick, the reason I'm telling you Olaplex is your fault. The reason that it's popping up now is because Olaplex basically went public. They was private, they went public because bond repair is not new. Olaplex was out in I think that came out in 2007. And I graduated from cosmetology school in 2010. I went and bought my first kit of Olaplex in 2010. And it's 2026. So Olaplex has been out for my favorite person in the video. Because like I said, Black women have always been doing that. And only thing y'all knew about was protein treatments, and y'all was doing that wrong. Because you're not supposed to have a protein treatment every month either. You're only supposed to have a protein treatment maybe quarterly, maybe. And sometimes you don't need any at all. If you have somebody with low porosity hair, girl, your cuticle is strong enough. You almost never need a protein treatment. But sometimes if you have color treated hair or if you have a relaxer or something like that, and some people with relaxers still have low porosity hair, that's a fact. But that's the only time you really need a protein treatment. But Olaplex is not new. Bond builders are not new in any way, shape, or form.
You on the Abbey Yung method. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, don't use those are the worst conditioners, worst shampoos. Listen, sis said it is all optional and it's just suggestions. It's just what she uses. She's not telling you have to use it. But she's saying if that's what you have, you can make it work.
I find the conversation around the Abbey Yung method of hair care fascinating, not because there's anything wrong with the method, but simply because this is information that Black hairstylists have been sharing forever. There are so many educators in the natural hair care space that have been telling people for years, all you need to do is wash, condition, and style your hair. Low manipulation, use simple products. You don't need 100 million steps, 100 million products. Simplify your routine, be consistent. But Abbey has presented something that has resonated with a lot of people, which has a ton of steps, but a lot of people I found helpful. So it makes me wonder, why is this more effective coming from Abbey? But whenever a Black hairstylist, especially ones who focus on natural hair care, have come online to share tips for natural hair care for length retention, health, all these little things that people are always asking about, people argue with them all the time. They tell them, oh, that's too much. Oh, that's too difficult. Or my hair can't do that. I don't know how to do my hair. But Abbey presents this multi-step system of how to take care of your hair with all these different products. People are like eating it up. Having healthy hair has always been 3 steps: wash, condition, and style. And then also getting consistent trims and paying attention to the general health of your hair. But it has never been complicated. We've complicated it for ourselves. And also, to be clear, I have absolutely nothing against Abbey Yung. I think it's incredible that she's broken down this information in a way that has made thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people pay attention and learn from it and have had incredible results. I do find it fascinating that it was Abbey that was able to break through to people and not the many stylists that have been doing this work online for a while. And it makes you wonder, is it actually about the information or is it about the mouthpiece that it's coming from?
I get riled up when hairstylists like this come.
I agree 10,000% because, and I just said that, I don't think the method has anything to do with it. And that's why I said it's low key offensive, not from Abbey. I don't think Abbey's done anything wrong except for telling everybody that they should use bond treatments all the time. But I don't think Abbey's done anything wrong. My issue is with Black women. It is literally insane. It's insanity. It's insanity. And the problem isn't that you're following the method. Follow whatever method you want. The thing that bothers me is y'all like, oh my God, I've never heard of this before. This is new information. Can you believe it? Like, what? Are y'all serious? Like, I've been telling y'all about products like Kimra all the time. The master stylist tells y'all about products like Kimra all the time. What's her name? It's Deeper Than Hair TV, Janae Mickles, Cassandra Olivia. Who else? I'm so sorry. Anybody else that I forgot? I just named a bunch of professional cosmetologists that's been out here in the paint telling y'all exactly what to use. But Abbey does it and it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Black women, this is our new thing. Like, what? But you know what the problem is? The problem is there's no accountability because guess what? The reason is it's not a mystery. The reason that y'all not giving Black women credit for it is because if you come and give us credit for it, you also have to apologize and you're not going to do that. Because for you to come back and give Black women credit and say Black women have been telling us this the whole time, you then have to say we shouldn't have been demonizing them. We shouldn't have been making all these hate pieces about them. We shouldn't have been talking about how bad cosmetologists are. We shouldn't be saying all of these negative things. You have to come back and apologize. And nobody wants to do that. Now we're just gonna act like the Black women don't exist. And the moments where all of the different Black women were quote unquote dragged for trying to give good information, now we got to throw that out and act like it never happened. And we all just got to go along like do. No, y'all literally destroyed the hair industry. And instead of y'all being like, I'm sorry, my bad for not listening, y'all just gonna be like, oh, Abbey taught us a new method. Even though our ancestors have been doing it for decades. It's actually disgusting.
To the internet in bad faith, claiming they want to test out Abbey Young's method to see if it really is worth the hype. Instead of using the products that Abbey Yung has specifically specified for fine hair, instead, she slathers on the products that Abbey has recommended for coarse hair, complains her hair is too greasy, and then comes to the conclusion that Abbey Young's method is BS, and everyone should actually buy this overpriced shampoo and conditioner, which I'm sure she sells at her salon. At best, she's deeply unserious. At worst, she's a scammer. Also, someone pointed out, let's compare the hair of this lady versus Abbey Yung. Babe, the proof is in the pudding. I'm doing whatever Abbey's doing.
Black women are so ready to listen to Abbey Yung about their hair. For those of y'all who don't know, because I didn't, this is Abbey Yung, okay? Pay attention to this bio, because I'm going to get into that in a second. So this lady came into the shop the other day, and she was like, oh my God, I love your hair. I love your curls. I was like, well, thank you. And she was like, do you do the Abbey Yung method? And I was like, what? And she was like, the Abbey Yung method. That's why I'm in here today. I'm getting stuff for that. It's like 11 steps. I was like, let me move my curls because I don't think I heard you right. It's how many steps? She's going to say a little bit louder and actually confirm I did hear her correctly. It's 11 steps. I've been a natural all my life. Okay. I was getting my.
I'm sorry, like, and I know someone gonna be like, oh, see, and then it's like, oh, watch like stuff. I think y'all are so disrespectful. Like, I don't think y'all realize, like, how nasty and how, like, disrespectful y'all are. Like, to come up to a black woman and, oh, you heard of that? We've literally been telling y'all what to do for decades. For decades. And you know what's happening? All what's going on, y'all are under mental psychosis and y'all all running around trying to figure out what the hell to do because all of the people that got y'all in these situations, they all either going bald or they didn't stop making videos and deleted all of their videos. So now y'all don't know what to do. And y'all can't go back to the women who tried to help y'all in the first place because we blocked all of y'all. Or y'all too embarrassed or too prideful to be like, damn, they was right this whole time. So like, this is yucky.
My hair braided every other week, and then I was wearing it in buns. I was wearing it curly. I was a straight natural, and then I went back to this. I ain't never done 11 steps of nothing, honey.
Safe to say that the internet is still recovering from the aftermath of the Abbey Yung influence. I personally did not know she was this popular to be the cause of all these people's regrets because surprisingly, I don't think I've ever seen her appear on my timeline. I'm always seeing Abbey Yung or hearing of her.
Like, I agree. Like, I didn't know that it was like this much of an issue. I've heard of Abbey Yung before. And to be honest, I really think that it's unfortunate. I've heard of Abbey Yung before. And to be honest, I actually think that it's really unfortunate that her name is surrounded by this. I think it's really unfortunate that she is intertwined in this, but I don't necessarily feel bad for her because, girl, you did it to yourself. But I don't really think like, oh, she's done something so horribly wrong because she gives the information. She's like, oh, no, the oil isn't transforming anything. It's just filling the ends together temporarily until the next time you shampoo your hair, which is what I've been saying for decades. I have absolutely nothing to say. My issue would be if she would be making the recommendation. If she would be making the recommendation and then, you know, be like, oh, well, no, it's going to fix your split ends. But Black women do that all the time. Y'all all think oils and greases and butters all fix your ends, and y'all think it mends and repairs hair, and it doesn't. They're all just fillers. But she also just told you that her whole entire method is just fillers. And the reason that the other white chicks, it didn't work for them is because it's way too heavy on the hair, regardless of what they use. And all of that oil that I have never, as long as I've been doing hair, I've always did hair in like studio salons or solo salons where I was like one of like 3 or 4 Black women. So everybody that I worked around was white. All of their clients were white or other races, every color but Black. And I've never in my over a decade behind the chair seen a woman of another race use oil in their hair. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. And the amount of oil that she uses, her hair is literally to her ass. And I need you to also remember, think about this. She's also told you she tests out products. That's what she does for a living, right? So for each product that she tests out, she's not going to see the result of it until 6 months after she's used it. So how does she know that the method that she's given all of you is the thing that's caused her hair to be like it is, or if it's all of the other things that she's done? But the real thing is her whole entire routine is only about lathering hair on your product. It's only about stimulants, and she said that because she can only make cosmetic recommendations, which our products that seal the hair shaft. Okay. And she says that. She's honest about that. So my question to you is, when are you going to start listening and being accountable and being honest to start apologizing to some of the people that already put y'all up on game? Because as a Black woman, this whole conversation, the whole situation is truly like really, really offensive. That our people could really just sit there and be like, y'all, ain't nobody never told us this before. We ain't never known to do this. Like, what? Because cosmetologists like me, I got all of my grief because I say, don't co-wash your hair. Don't co-wash your hair. You need to remove all of the oils and greases and the butters. Use a clarifying shampoo. And then I put everybody on the camera clarifying shampoo. What are we talking about? We got the videos to prove it. That was fucking 7 years ago. All of the gurus already know what it is. I know all of the gurus like, oh, the Abbey method, huh? Mind you, the 7-day challenge has been going on for about 7 years now. So for the last 7 years, the method that y'all are calling the Abbey Yung method, the group plus some stuff that Abbey ain't even on, baby. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know what's gonna happen, what's gonna have to happen for Black women to get out of this mind frame, but something has to end. Something. Just like the video that I posted today. It's absolutely insane. So I hope that this conversation didn't make you too mad. And if it did, oh well, I don't really care. Because this is some ridiculous shit. And I think that this should really make a lot of y'all start looking in the mirror and really start asking yourself why y'all have such a high level of self-hate. Because that's what I think it is. And when I say self-hate, I mean of other Black women. From the video I posted yesterday where everybody was like, oh, she said YN hair, and everybody's just so mad and so all up in the uproar. And everybody's trying to drag this girl for saying, oh, I have YN hair. So let me get this straight. It's a problem for her to say she got YN hair, but it's cool. It's cool for Young Miami to say, where are my skinny ass bitches? Like we can have a whole song that reached the top of the billboards about breaking into stores, stealing shit, and then selling it to the law or for scamming people. That's cool. That's cool to say. That's not gonna hurt kids. That's not gonna be a bad influence on the children. And people like me that got something to say about it. India Irene, she's basic. She's so mid because she got something to say. She's a hater. But this Black girl can't say she got YN hair. I am so disgusted with this group of people because I'm definitely not going to call it a community. It's ridiculous and everybody needs to grow up.